On our trip to Europe in 2012, we spent the most time in Italy. I realized that each country we visited had cities that are distinct too, but there was nothing quite like stepping out of the train in the same country and finding yourself in a place so different from the one you just left. Our first stop was Rome, which, according to my parents, is a must when you first visit the continent, and I very quickly found out why. There is so much history crammed in such a tiny place. The unpleasant thing about Rome is that it's such a tourist trap. But that's what happens when you've got the Sistine Chapel, the Vatican, the Trevi Fountain, the Colosseum, and those steps that everyone's crazy about, and of course, really fucking good pizza. The sights were overwhelming at times because you just didn't know where to look. But as they say, when in Rome. Next on our Italy leg is beautiful Florence. I didn't really have a clear impression of Florence before visiting, but I quickly realized that the thing with Italy is that you kind of immediately fall in love with each place before you start noticing the cracks, which I suppose is what happens with everything else most of the time. We watched Radiohead in Parco del Casino, and though we were so far away, buried in two tall Italians, it was still an incredible place to be. On our first day in Venice, as if that fact wasn't magical enough, we were met with some rain showers and a rainbow, and we ended up chasing the sunset to the edge of the city where the sidewalk and water met. Walking back to the city center, we witnessed the tender profession of love by a canal, a proposal accompanied by a band playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow on accordion. Venice is so beautiful, an impossible city, and I can't help but wonder how the news of melting ice caps and the feeling of always soaked shoes would make me feel if I lived there. My stay in Italy wasn't my favorite. I got grumpy at people a lot, and I don't care for the sunny weather. But it really has a way of erasing all your ill feelings just because of how special it is at every turn. Sometimes I furrow my brow when I think of Italy, but it rescues itself with its strong sense of history, making me think of how it feels to be such a tiny part of the story of the world.